to start off with sharing something that only mothers would understand. And I was in the mirror looking at myself, and I'm looking at my naked body, and it's PG, I promise. And I noticed I'm feeling miserably on something I promised myself wouldn't happen, which is one breast is bigger than the other. And
we all have one that's bigger than the other.
No, you don't understand.
Everybody does.
Let me tell you something, okay?
If it's like a triple D and an A, then that's a problem.
Exactly. But if it's,
so this is my gripe. This is my gripe. Okay. I had babies 20 years
ago. It was a rough morning.
Really?
Drake He kept me up all night last night until midnight. And then he woke up this morning and didn't want to put any of his clothes on, didn't want to do anything, and I just lost it. So, and I hate it when I do that.
Why did he keep you up last night? Hey, my love.
I don't know. I think that my au pair gave him his stimulant, like his Concerta for his ADHD last night, instead of giving him the downer that puts him to sleep. They are the same color. They're in different bottles, but they're the same freaking color. Of course. It had to be, right? But that's the only thing that I can think of that happened. I don't know. But anyway, he was up until like midnight, could not settle, and he was sleeping next to me, and I was like, this is insanity. I can't. And this morning, of course, he gets up.
It's rough today for you.
What is that?
My grandma made me this when I graduated university. Actually, I was
really?
Yeah, she makes all of our grandkids and great grandkids these handmade lays. And it's imperfect, as you can see. There's like a little string. Can you hear us now, Joe?
Goodness, my God, sorry about that. That was crazy.
What was that?
I don't know what was going on. Jill? It was like Bluetooth was connected. Everything said it was like normal. And then I saw your lips moving and no sound. It's like in an alternate universe. Okay. Hi.
Hi. Hi, my ladies. Whew. I have missed you. Yes. I'm back at home, as you can see. I actually did cut the flight or the trip short, and I'm glad to be home. And what I'm wearing is a lei my grandmother made, and so I'm gonna be wearing this on this episode. But I wanted to start off with sharing something that only mothers would understand, and I was in the mirror looking at myself like I rarely do nowadays. And I'm looking at my naked body, and it's PG, I promise. And all of a sudden, I noticed I'm feeling miserably on something I promised myself wouldn't happen, which is one breast is bigger than the other. And
we all have one that's bigger than the other.
No, you don't understand.
Everybody does.
Let me tell you something, okay?
If it's like a triple D and an A, then that's a problem.
Exactly. But if it's
okay, so this is my gripe. This is my gripe, okay? I had babies 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I fixed my issues with plastic surgery. Okay? So, 10 grand later, they're perfect. They're perfect! now they're not perfect anymore. So I'm very upset.
So what you gonna do?
Right.
Are you gonna like get them redone, or are you gonna like work out?
Okay, so what I really wanted was to like evenly breastfeed, and apparently I'm not doing a good job. So I was doing it fabulously for 6 months, and I would look in the mirror and I'm like,
are you still breastfeeding?
I am.
Are you still breastfeeding? Okay. Give it a year, girl. And then then you will know if it's for real or not.
Okay. Because,
like, so probably, are we recording this?
Yes, we are.
Okay, well. So, when I was younger, my age.
Not Michelle.
Let me get it together. Let me fix my words.
I put on freaking gigantic boobs. And they were gigantic. And
just
so,
naturally.
Oh, no. Like, I went out and I look back and I go, what the was I thinking? But they were gigantic. And I had the worst, like, after a while, of course, they just give you have backaches and all that shit that comes along with it, right?
Oh, yeah.
But you don't think about it before.
Yeah.
So I go through 2 babies, and I am an exclusive pumper because neither of my kids actually breastfed. So I just pumped for a year for both of them.
Right.
And needless to say, they were gigantic up here, and then they were gigantic down here, right? Yeah. At the end of that. So I was like, I gotta get this, taken care of. So I had it taken care of. They basically took a pound of skin from one side and a pound of skin from the other side.
And filled them?
And then took them out. Like,
they took them out?
Yeah, because my skin was so stretched out that they needed to, like, literally, like, take a bunch of my skin out to
thought for whatever reason fat. Okay.
No, skin, yes. Anyway, yeah, that was fun. And so now I have pretty boobs.
Amazing.
I paid.
Yeah.
So, but the whole reason I was saying that is because they do change a lot after.
They
after
do.
The fact.
My little boobies been, I was always a part of the itty bitty titty committee. And
same.
So of course I had my baby when I was when I was pregnant. I was like 13. So they're really just trying to find their way. So like it was always like I think one of my boobs is bigger than the other. And now I'm just at this point where at first I was like, I want a mommy makeover because I have stretch marks and all this other extra stuff, right? And I was like, I can just get rid of it. I can get a tummy tuck because I think that's the only thing that like really get rid of the stretch marks. And then I can just get a boob job. Like I don't want any extra. I just want to like lift them, right?
Just a lift, yeah.
And then myself said, and I said, said, yeah, I did. So I make sure I have me a nice little push up, and
boom.
Yeah, they are the perfect size. My husband enjoys them. Life is great, so I'm, I put a nice little push up bra on, and I'm good. I thought about it now. I thought about it, but I was like...
We all think about it, honestly. No. I mean, I did, and I actually did it after.
Well, that's good, girl.
What's the recovery like from it?
Not bad. Not for me, it wasn't.
No.
Well, when you're just putting them in, it doesn't go too bad. Mine was like, they had to do like the whole entire thing.
So wait.
So that took forever.
Michelle, so initially you got boobs, and then when you got the babies, they got even bigger, and you had to get rid of some of them. And
it was like they dropped down, like literally, it was disgusting. Like they. My husband loved them though, which is the funny thing. Because for me, every time I looked in the mirror, I was like, "Oh my gosh, no.
And I knew they were gonna change, and I was just going to breastfeed it, and that was final. And it is what it is, ladies.
Okay,
I'm gonna embrace them. They're not.
Yes, girl. Embrace the
They're not gonna be that bad. I mean, unless I do go through another surgery, which I don't know if I want to, because I'm also very scrunchy. So, not exactly crunchy. I'm scrunchy in this regard.
What does that mean?
Oh,
I don't know what that
You don't know what scrunchy means? Oh my goodness.
You're
okay, let me look it
scrunchy.
up.
Like, what is... No. I know what scrunchy is. It's like...
Scrunchy mom, okay? Just for everyone who doesn't know the term, is a parenting style that balances natural approaches to modern conveniences, often seen as a blend.
Yeah, like granola-y.
Oh,
Right. Exactly.
okay. I'm like...
And then crunchy is all natural, holistic. You wouldn't even think of plastic surgery, because that is the worst thing for your body.
Oh, wow.
And then silky is a modern, convenient parenting style. So
I guess a silky. I'm a little bit on the silky side. Because I got them done.
why don't we go around the room right now? Who's crunchy, silky, scrunchy, or a little bit of everything? What do you think, Taisha? What are you?
Babe, I'm gonna have to go back and listen. Let me go and look at the definitions again. I had nothing. It's all,
I know. That's what I'm doing too.
Only thing that's not natural is my hair.
So, like, not natural remedies, holistic approaches to health, or
I go to the doctor. I take medication.
You do believe in the doctor?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. And I do my natural things as well. So it's a combination of both. But as far as
scrunchy, I think
yeah,
it's scrunchy.
Yeah, but body enhancement wise and things of that nature, no. But everything else, like just life in general, I'm real scrunchy. Like,
Yeah, I think so. You're silky, Michelle?
Yeah, but I do have a voodoo, so I guess I can be a scrunchy. I have a voodoo lady.
Oh, really? You don't have to tell me
She
about
told us
that.
about like her.
She's not a voodoo.
She's told us about her.
Yes, she's awesome.
You did. You sure did.
But
Like her spiritual
Yes.
guider.
Yeah.
yes, so she's awesome.
Voodoo.
She
You know when
probably
people
hates
hear
it that I
voodoo,
call
they
her
automatically
that.
think of like witchcraft and bad things.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
To me, it's so. I call her that because that's what I thought it was. It's like, this is all bullshit, and then I'm like, oh, wait a second, this is kind of cool. Like, and then like she's, I go to her.
I see you as a silky mom, Michelle.
Oh, I am.
I still see you like a silky.
So that's the only thing I got is my voodoo. I think that's the natural stuff. I don't know.
How about you, Jill? I'm curious.
I love it,
Are you
Michelle.
scrunchy
I
too?
love it.
Are you crunchier?
I feel like I'm like scrunchy silky.
Really?
Like I do. I feel like a lot of my there's definitely like some like hippy dippy vibes into like me as a person and like my parenting and stuff. But I'm all about like the medicine life. Give me the meds. I trust medicine. Like that side. I trust science, like that side of things. And I do think, especially as I've like become a mom myself, that I'm about modern conveniences for certain things if it's going to improve my own mental health. So within reason, because I still want to be, I want to live a healthy lifestyle. I want my family to live a healthy lifestyle. But I feel like there are a lot of things that maybe in theory I would have thought I wouldn't do. And then actually in practice, I'm like, sometimes you just like need to get through the day. And that might mean like pulling from stuff that like isn't DIY'd and isn't all homemade. It isn't. So I feel like I've like kind of bordered on both of those things. You know what I mean?
I think I'm skilky too. A little.
Yes, I like that.
Silky.
Yes.
I like that. Silky.
Yes.
Yep.
Silky.
Yes.
No, I'm definitely
Yeah, man, we
crunchy.
gotta survive,
I live in the woods in the middle of nowhere. Like, I believe in cattle and like making yogurt at home.
I believe in cattle.
What I honestly sometimes I gotta ask for translation from Jackie. What does that mean? I believe in cattle.
I believe in like having like milk from the source. I don't know. Like,
so
you
go
know,
with that,
that's what you mean.
You go and milk the cow?
You're like you have cows?
I mean, I don't. I'm in Canada. You can't have cattle here unless you have a farm, right? And it's not happening. So, but I would totally sign up for a farm. There is no question.
I can see you out there on the farm.
Yeah,
I could too. I could not see myself.
I couldn't see myself.
So that's like
either.
where I feel like, that's where I feel like the border on Silky comes in. Like, I'm not about that outdoorsy life. Like, I know my limits. No.
Yep.
But I feel like in other ways, like, there is like a very DIY-y side to me, and like in terms of like certain elements of like who I am as a person and a parent. So that's why I feel it's like kind of toddles on the line, you
Definitely.
know? But that I'm like, oh no, like no, the bugs, like just the no.
I can't say I
nature
like the
is,
bugs.
Like,
I have to
very
admit.
limited capacities.
Yeah.
I can't say I like the bugs. Yeah.
Because I'm country, right? So country girl picks you. Like we had about like maybe these many people like growing up, right? So my dad had a garden.
Yeah.
My dad had a garden. My grandfather had a garden. We would shell peas. You know, all that good stuff. My daddy did not play about his garden. And my grandfather, he had hogs and pigs, like all of that. So I'm accustomed to it. But the only thing I would do is like shell the peas, and because it was a good time. It was with my grandmother, or we would do, we'll bag them and freeze them and things of that nature. But as far as like just being outside, my punishment as a kid was go outside. And I would go outside and sit on the step.
You're joking.
No, I would sit on the step with a book reading. I did not like outside. Like, especially by myself. My older sister, she was very sportsy, basketball. I rode a bike and hit a car head on. Like, it was just horrible.
Oh my God.
What?
No.
Taisha.
So yeah,
I'd be out there, girl.
Yes.
Let me help you. Let me play with you. Okay, fine. I'll read a book with you.
Exactly. You feel me? But when like my cousins and stuff came around, and it was a lot of us. You know, it was easy, and with PE and elementary was outside playing. But just me saying I want to go outside and play.
Not your jam.
I grew up in a big city in Brazil. Like I took the bus everywhere, like the paid bus. I come from like the big city. I'm a big city girl. Like our summers, they were spent at a nice beach where everybody used to go to, like all the hotties were there, and we would spend, 2 months. We moved to the beach. And so I never got this whole horseback riding, like going outside and planting stuff. Like we had mangoes, we had mango trees in my backyard. So, we would pick mangoes, but everything else, it was like,
you know what's funny about that?
So,
same here. And I don't know how we got here. I have an idea, but I mean, I think it all started with Grandma, actually. If we want to go there. She was a country girl, and she stayed a country girl forever. And I think that I wanted just to be, and looked up to her, right? I always looked up to her. So I was like, yeah, why don't I make my own lay? Why don't I make my own cheese and my own all the things? And she knew exactly how to slaughter a
pig
to eat. Yeah, something, whatever.
Jeez.
Yeah, chicken.
I've seen a chicken before, and I just can't do it. Like, just the thought of it. Like, well, here's the interesting thing about us here at the house is that, John's a hunter. Like, he goes hunting for ducks. He's a duck hunter.
Right.
So he comes home with like 6 or 7 ducks, like tied up in these like little things, and they're all hanging.
He's quite Scrunchy himself. I'm sorry. Sorry.
So, like, you know, I guess I don't cook it because I don't like duck. But, like, I guess we have that in my family. We're not all Silky.
Yeah.
Wait, if you don't cook it, what happens?
We give it away. And
That's true.
I'm sorry, was that a weird question?
I was like, that's the same thing.
Like, I
It's
guess
a good question.
I thought you were having like a lot of like duck ragu and stuff, you know?
So, while
Michelle's like fancy like that.
She really is. She really is.
She is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right? Like, couldn't you see it?
my gosh.
I could see
No.
it.
She reminds me of my girlfriends in
You're
Cali.
like very classy like that.
Very
No,
much
I have
so.
all these girlfriends in Cali, and they're just like
She
Michelle.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it.
It's
No
the truth.
way. No,
It's
I
so
don't want to
true.
be taken like that. No. No.
It's not a bad thing.
Well,
No, like you're like a class act. Like I could see you. Like I don't know. I would feel like that would be. I'd be like, oh, okay.
Duck
I can, like,
anyone?
see that. That's like,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Duck à la
Like, I
Rouge.
want to come over.
Give the
Duck
to,
à la Rouge.
Jackie gonna be like,
Yes.
duck sauce? Can I can use that.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I love duck. Duck is awesome.
well, so the problem is, it's not duck when you buy it, like when you buy it at the store or you get it at the restaurants and stuff like that. They're very different. These ducks, the wild ducks, are like super gamey, like very
okay.
gamey because
Yeah,
you
you're
know
right.
they're not
They're
raised
probably
for,
cleaned differently.
for this. And so
Mm-hmm.
he gets the ducks, he cuts them, he gets the breasts, he cuts them, and he makes them all into little fillets. So he does, he makes duck jerky in the dehydrator
Yum.
here at home, and the kids love it. So the three of them have at it. And and then the rest of the ducks, we either give them away to people that I know that loves it, like they love cooking John's ducks, or we cook it for our dog, Ruby. So the ducks do not go, they do not get wasted. Let's just say it that way. But
yeah.
yeah.
Of course. Where does he go hunting? Do you know?
It's kind of by the Salton Sea, so it's almost on the border with Mexicali, I guess. So it's like
That's a
kind
nice
of
little boys
California.
trip if he goes with someone. I
He
don't know.
drives like 3.5 hours to get to his duck club, and then he drives 3.5
wow.
hours back.
So your husband and my husband would have a ball because mine's a fisherman.
Oh, mine is
Oh,
in the
wow.
summer. That's all he wants to do is go fishing. So yeah,
Oh,
This is
girl,
very
we purposely bought
You need to
property in
oh,
front of a lake. It's
Oh,
humble.
really?
It's humble around here. Trust me, it's not poshy like Miss Michelle. But it's gorgeous.
there's nothing poshy about me, about my house. Like a
I'm just saying, I'm a
6-7-year-old
country
house.
girl. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
It's gorgeous. It's like, you go out in front of a lake, you go fishing, and that's his jam.
nice.
That's what he wants to do. And I'm like, all right, babe, that's fine with me. So today we were supposed to pick the topic, but I think we already did.
Oh no,
don't
there's
know.
one I want to talk about.
Okay. So without
I have very strong feelings towards this one because
Okay.
my kids still believe this to this day. And so I need to
Okay.
talk about it.
Oh, I know which one you're going to choose then. All right, let's start with Jill. Jill, what topic did you want to talk about today? And don't get swayed by the rest of the group. You choose what you want.
No, I won't. But now I need to, because now I have Michelle's in my head, but that wasn't the one that I was gonna say.
Sorry, just
So
messed
hold
it all up.
on. I need to. No, I now I feel like I have to. Oh, I know which one
Okay.
mine was. Mine was when the kids go to bed. Our guilty pleasures.
Okay. Miss Taisha.
Okay.
Okay, so for me, we already talked about the one I was going to talk about.
Okay.
Before I was a
Oh,
mom,
okay.
which is the funny part because before I was a mom, I was a kid.
That's funny.
So
You were.
right. So
Yeah.
even when I became a mom, I was still a kid. That's crazy. So I'm really with whatever one, but that guilty pleasure, I don't even think it's guilty when we talking pleasure and kids going to bed. I'm just saying. But
That's true.
That
That's
is
true.
so
That's true.
funny.
Yes.
That's true.
Okay, Miss Michelle, I'm gonna. I think that you want the first one, right? Lies
Yes.
we tell our kids.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm gonna say before I was a mom as well, but for me and Taisha, it was when we were grown up. So. So
I
weird.
feel like I like this though as another episode if we're not going to do it today.
Yeah, we should.
Yes.
I kind of
Yes.
So
I feel like all of these topics
Oh no,
are,
they're
are
all
good.
fun.
they are all
Yeah.
very fun, and in fact, we have a coin tosser today, which is Miss Michelle.
I know. I tried to find like a humongous coin that Drake has in the house. It's been laying in my bathtub for like 3 years, and of course, the day that I go looking for it, I can't find
It's gone.
it.
Of course.
So I had to get a quarter. Sorry about that.
No, please. So let's do heads for lies we tell our kids, and tails. What do you think? Tails for
Before I was a mom.
or before
That's the
I was a
majority.
mom? Okay, but let's go with yours, Jill.
Yeah.
Or does that need like its own?
When the kids go to
Yeah.
bed first, and then we'll do the third one before I was a mom.
Okay. Okay.
So tails for when the kids go to bed. Go.
Okay.
I can't flip a coin. There we go. It's heads. No, it's
Heads.
tails.
Lies we
No,
tell
it's
our
tails.
kids.
Oh,
Sorry.
wait.
Tails.
Tails. So it's the
Yeah,
guilty
that's
pleasures.
It's
Guilty pleasures
Guilty pleasures.
against before I was a mom then. Where when kids go to bed, guilty pleasures is heads, and before I was a mom is tails.
Do I have to do one more time?
Yep.
Oh, shoot. Let's see.
I love it,
Okay,
Michelle.
there we go. I have a look. Okay, now it's heads. That was
Okay,
heads.
so it's the lies that parents tell was heads.
No,
That's
that
not
was the
fair
first
because
time.
somebody
No,
needs.
I was gonna say it was the lies that parents tells was heads on the first
Oh my
go round.
gosh.
And
And it was tails, right? The
then we were
first-
voting on the flip was for the
when the kids go to
when
bed.
the kids go
guilty
to bed
pleasures,
and the other one. Yeah.
and before I was a mom.
Yep. So the
So Jill wins.
oh
Jill wins. That's right.
Oh.
That's how. Those are the
Alright.
rules.
Wait, but now I feel so
Nope.
bad because Michelle was really
It's all
passionate.
good
it's
because
okay.
Michelle can tell her little.
I'll tell the
tale
story
after.
at the end. It's actually a really funny
all
story. You
good.
guys are gonna want to hear it.
Yeah.
okay, cool beans.
Okay.
So let's
Okay,
rock
guilty
it out.
pleasures.
Okay. So, who wants to go first? I think Miss Jill should.
Yes, Jill.
Okay. I think for me, what do I want to share? No, I think for me, I tend to need to like shut off thinking
Yeah.
at a certain time. I tend to like get into kind of, I call it like the spin cycle because I just like envision the laundry going around of my thoughts. And it's very hard for me to shut down. And often because I kind of work in an unconventional way and I don't have like, you know, a traditional like 9 to 5 kind of job, a lot of the time my daughter goes to bed and I like am still working and doing stuff. And so I've had to kind of make an effort to have a cutoff time where it's like your brain needs to shut off. My husband says like, Jill, you have to like turn off that big, beautiful brain.
Oh,
Is,
I
like,
love that.
What he usually
Aw.
says. Because I
keep
otherwise
going.
I just can't. Yeah. And so to do that, we gotta like really go to sometimes like mind-numbingly dumb things. So often my guilty pleasure is like watching like really trashy trash.
Ooh, like what?
like-
Tell me.
like-
Oh my god.
Like it's like a little embarrassing. And sometimes I do watch good shows, but I have to be honest with you, like not usually. Like usually it's like a bit embarrassing. So if I was going to talk about things that like really just, it's so embarrassing, guys, but like that thrill
Yes,
me
tell me.
in my soul a little bit, that are like trash. I love Temptation Island. I love Temptation
okay,
Island.
but I've never
I
seen.
love,
We've never seen it for those of us.
Oh my God, you guys, please. Like, please watch it. Oh my God. And go back to the previous seasons. Like it, basically the premise is that like 4 couples make a decision. They're at different stages of their relationship, but they are in long-term relationships, to go to Hawaii to this like amazing kind of curated environment that's like designed to make you cheat. And they separate and go into different houses with a bunch of singles looking to see if they're going to connect with other people. But here's the kicker: to save their relationship. Like, what?
You guys should see Jill's face when she said that. For the listeners, you got to go on YouTube.
It's because you have to be an idiot to do that.
Like,
right?
Well,
like,
it's just
seriously.
like, it's amazing. It's amazing how these people who are like on the brink of, they say they're on the brink of engagement. They've been together for years, and like they just got to like do this one last thing to get them there. And I'm like, and it's this? Like, why isn't it like therapy? Like, come on, people. And yet, like, here I am watching it just with, my husband says I get like this smile on my face. I'm like, it's so embarrassing, but I really enjoy it. Or another one is Married at First Sight, but specifically the Australian version, because it's like much trashier than the American one. I really enjoy that. When I was pregnant with my daughter and it was just like such depressing times in the pandemic, I would watch this show and just like my heart would like expand. I don't know. It's so embarrassing that this is what does it. But I just loved it so much. And so that was another one I've watched, and I don't watch it anymore. And I'm not just saying that because clearly I will admit embarrassing things to you. I used to watch Love After Lockup, which is like people that meet their significant others in prison. Like I will go there.
Why, Michelle? What's going on in your head right now?
It's guys, and I'm saying this to you. I'm like, is anyone gonna like hire me again? Like, this is the risk I run for honesty. But I find that like that for me is like, it's calming. I don't have to think. It's just like, it's just such a source of like, it's like relaxing. And I know it sounds ridiculous because like, what is Zen about couples fighting and cheating on each other? But I don't know, something about it for me is like, is my go-to to kind of, to just like shut it down. So yeah, if anyone out there wants to talk theories on any of these
please invite Jill to the. Please,
I really want to. Well, does anyone else watch Temptation Island? No, the funny thing is like Temptation Island used to be, oh God, I don't even remember what network. Maybe it was like Fox or something, but now Netflix got it and bought it. So now it's a Netflix series. So they just had a new season that was now like the Netflix version, which I felt had many improvements personally. But it was funny because I like saw it was like ranking pretty high on like the shows that week. And I was like, oh my God, there are other people that watch it. It's not just me.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people that love trashy TV.
Yes, go ahead and watch that.
Not just you, Jill.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny you were talking about this, but there's I'm just thinking about TV shows because I really, like, I will get into a series and then I watch that series and then I'm done. I don't, so, but the one thing that I do sometimes is when I have to clean out my house, I go and I watch like 1 or 2 episodes of Hoarders. And then I want to go out in my house and I want to get everything out. Can I throw out my children?
Like, get it out.
Everything can go outside in the curb because I do not want that shit in my house.
Yes.
So,
yes.
like,
oh my gosh,
that is what I do. Like, but I don't know. I haven't watched. I think the last, like, trashy TV thing that I've watched was The Bachelor. And that was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not, because ever since I had my kids, I haven't watched really much TV. Because when they go to bed, I actually get so much work done. Like I sit down and I can sit in front of the computer and I can do it. On the weekends, though, I just put it away and I get a glass of wine and I put it next to my computer and I get a lot of work done.
So is that what you do after the kids go to bed, Michelle?
I know, isn't that awful?
That's your guilty pleasure.
Oh my gosh,
Sorry.
I'm the same.
No. Okay, well, let's talk about the guilty. Okay,
Michelle,
okay.
You have to start watching Temptation Island.
I think that I need to turn off my mind.
We'll have like a chat on the group chat.
Well, I heard that I need to watch the Real Housewives of Utah because I used to live there.
Oh, Salt Lake City is very
that's
good.
what I heard, and
It is very
so
good.
that would
Just
be
like
my next one.
Take it from me. I watch them all. I go to the bottom of the dumpster. So I
Are
can
you
really,
sure you go
let
to the
you
bottom
know
of
if
the dumpster? Have you heard of baddies?
No, what's that?
That's the bottom.
Oh,
I saw that.
now, Taisha, you're bringing it out for Jill.
Oh my god,
Jill's
this
getting
girl.
excited.
I
Yes,
wanna
this
look up
girl
what
was doing my hair.
Not Jill
And
noting it down.
I was just like, "What is this?" And they had people from all over.
I won't
like,
remember.
it was worse than Flavor Flav.
Oh, it's like a thing.
That is so funny.
Oh my god. How is this not on my radar? This is like right on. Oh, it started by Natalie Nunn, who is from Bad
Yes.
Girls. Which I definitely
And you know, she knows everybody. And I'm going, what is going on here?
Yes,
Same,
I watched
Michelle.
like
I'm
one.
here with you, girl.
I watched
Yes.
it like for 30 minutes, and I was just like, "Are these people really out here acting a fool like this? Oh my goodness!" Yeah,
Okay, so
Yeah.
they just have several seasons of this.
yeah, they cut up bad. It's worse than Flavor Flav. It's worse than
Worse.
Oh, I used to love. I also loved
yeah.
that. I loved that.
Flavor
I
Flav.
loved.
I've met
I
him.
love New York.
Really?
Oh my
I've
god,
met him
I
in
loved.
person.
I love New York.
oh
Yeah,
bowled with
I
him.
did.
oh
We went bowling with
Get
Flavor
out, really?
Flav. Yes.
nice.
Get out.
Serious.
If you're
I'm
in
not joking.
California, it's
No,
it's
he's in
kind
Las
of
Vegas.
common to
He was in Las
sometimes
Vegas.
meet.
Oh, nice.
He was in
We
Las
were
Vegas.
in the casino station, like one of the junkie casino stations in Las Vegas, kind of off the strip. It was like totally junky. It was awful.
No offense.
And
Flavor
we
Flav.
go there and we go bowling, and then all of a sudden we're walking by, and there's this guy with this, isn't it a clock that he walks? Not a clock, but what
It's
is
a clock.
it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it a
Around
clock?
his neck,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. He was there. He
Yeah.
was wearing all that,
So funny.
and then he gets in his bumper, like old school car that is like going like
Hydraulics.
this, up and down the hydraulics and stuff.
Bumper.
the bumpy car.
I knew exactly what you meant.
But it is. It's a bumpy car.
It's a bumpy car.
Oh my goodness,
so funny.
Michelle. It's a bumpy car.
I can't even with you.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
So, is your guilty pleasure the wine or the work?
It's
or the
well,
combination?
here's the thing. Let me just say.
That's
let me
the
just.
question.
I got to go back to this because the guilty pleasure for Michelle starts when she starts cooking dinner at about 4:00 in the afternoon. I pour myself a glass of wine, and so that's my guilty pleasure. It kind of goes all night long. So that's
Just pour me.
just let my husband hear me.
Right.
This is where the
This
mom
is
panel
one
turns.
my husband cannot hear. He cannot hear this one. Honestly, like after, because I don't, and I know this is gonna sound so bad, but like I work so hard during the day, and then I come home and I still have shit to get done, and I cannot get done until the kids go to bed. So really, like,
Right.
I will put that 1 hour in and I'll finish what I need to finish because then I can turn off and then I can go in the bedroom, lay down, and then the guilty pleasures, I guess, would come into that time.
Ooh.
But I don't know. Lately, I gotta figure that out. Okay, we gotta move on. I cannot keep talking.
No,
Jackie.
it's all good. Taisha, how about you?
Well, I mean, for me,
I'm getting myself in the deep down with my husband right now. I gotta just shush.
And she hasn't even had wine yet.
right. Like, just
Right.
get us together.
And it is only 8:52 in California, so it's early.
Savor, Taisha. Go on.
Right.
Yes.
So for me, guilty. I mean, my child going to sleep. That's crazy. She's not even here. So I don't even. But then when she was
Back
here,
then.
guilty pleasure for me was, when she's off to her room, she's off in bed. That's when I would actually get work done too, because it's like I felt like I sleep all day, work all night. That was the life of a go-getter for me. So that's when I would like crunch time. And I just be up, just doing work, creating businesses, like just doing so much stuff while everybody is asleep until I got married. And then my guilty pleasures kind of changed because it was like, okay, time to put the laptop down and spend some time with me. So it's okay, how do I turn my mind off that's still got 1,000 tabs open that I feel like I need to get done? So we watch SVU in house. Like those are our like
Yes.
And of course I and it's crazy because my mom's a mixologist. So she would like mix up little different drinks and cocktails and stuff like that. But now it's just like I'm not even yeah, it's just like that was like years ago when I would, hey mama, did you fix a drink today? But now it's just like I want to go to sleep. Auntie is tired. I don't even think I'm classified as auntie because I'm not 35 yet, but auntie be tired, so I be trying to catch a nap. Like my guilty pleasure is to take a nap before going to sleep. Like if I fall asleep on the couch, do not wake me up. Let me finish my nap and then let me get up to go to bed.
That's what my husband does.
My husband does that too.
Crazy.
I think all husbands do that.
Well, I guess.
And Taisha.
Yeah, the husband's in Taisha. I need to take a nap before I go to bed. Let me take a nap.
Interesting.
Yes.
I can't do that because if I took a nap, I'm up at 1 a.m.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
You know, power nap. Oh goodness, what else can I do? And I guess I'll go into my guilty pleasures. I do have them. I don't always exercise the privilege of, you know, getting into these because I have a newborn. Now 8 months later, I can't even believe I can't. That's too fast. He's standing up by himself right now. I can't. It's just a lot.
Oh my God.
Yes, he's really trying to walk.
That's early, Jackie.
I don't. It's early.
What they
And I
say,
know
he's
this 'cause
moving
I'm
out of the
nanny.
way. He's moving out of the way for another one.
Girl. You know what I said? I said if I get pregnant again, this podcast is gonna go like delayed. Way delayed.
Crunchy girl.
I know.
Go be a Silky girl right now, girl. Go be a Silky girl. Go get you those meds.
Okay.
I mean,
Birth
come
control.
on.
Look at Michelle. Knock some sense into me, Michelle.
I mean, unless you want another one, because y'all
No, I
I
never said that.
Floodgates open. But
the factory is closing, and I don't know, you know, like, so
Girly.
we'll see. It's not happening anytime soon. I promise.
Well, it will if you don't go Silky on me. It will. And then it will happen like it did when you were like, you know, when you were a teenager.
I didn't expect that one though. That one
Girly.
was really like.
I'm just saying.
You know.
They say when you turn like 40, you get like extra hot. So I'm ready to hit 40. I'm ready to see what 40 look like. I heard when you hit 40,
that's
like
for the next episode. It's happening because we're going to talk about it.
Okay, because I want to know
so much to say.
what I got to look forward to when I get over there at 40.
It's good.
It's good.
I don't know about Michelle saying the same, but I have to say it's good for me.
Ooh,
so.
You hear that, Jill? We got something to look forward to on the other side, girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I love my 40s. So far. But my guilty pleasure will be People's Court. It's not very trashy, I guess.
No, I like that.
But it is a little.
I approve. Trashy over
Jill.
Divorce court.
Oh, no,
because those are short enough.
That's good. There's some really good ones.
You know, they're short enough to where I can pause or like check out if I need to. And they're so good because there's some really crazy ass people getting on there.
Yep.
You can also, if you really want to go there, Jackie, if you have spare time, you can like go down. People are seeing a whole other side of me today. But you can there's like a whole world on social of people who then watch and like give
feedback. Oh my God, you watch that too, Jill?
Excuse me?
It is so funny. Oh my God, it is so funny. Oh my goodness. We be
okay.
No,
I thought you were
girl,
saying.
I be laughing so hard.
You're with me. I was like, no, I'll never watch that.
Girl, I be laughing like, yeah, that's something else we watch too. Like to hear people.
There's some really good ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so what kind of feedback? Like
they're like
I don't know. I've never been.
What's the word I'm looking for? They're like the hype man to the video. It's like they are the commentators of what's going on. Like, I know dang on well they ain't just, what has she got on? Did she think, like...
Yeah, exactly. I know she didn't just...
So they are commentating. They're basically saying what you're really saying, but they're just saying it on the screen.
Exactly. Like what you're thinking when you watch it.
They're saying
exactly. That's like the perfect way to explain it. And it's always really, there are some really entertaining ones. So if you like enjoy it and you're kind of doing that at home, it's like fun to hear other people kind of doing the same thing, and like
there's a whole new world out there.
Some of these things, I'm sorry, I'm like, come on, people. Like, it's like amazing. Like some of the like, I watched one not long ago that was like with someone who hired like a wedding photographer and videographer, and then like the video, I can't believe it. Like, I keep just digging myself deeper. But the videographer, I guess, had like mic'd them up before the ceremony, kind of in preparation to record the ceremony. And then the groom is like, then gets a call from an ex, and the whole thing is like on a speaker for everybody in the ceremony that's like getting ushered in, right? So the wedding did not end up happening. Ooh. And the videographer is there being like, you owe me money for like the wedding. And the guy is like, you ruined my marriage. And she's like, well, you ruined your marriage. And they're like going at it with each other. And which I obviously very much enjoyed. And then the commentator thing on like the video I was watching was like hilarious in just kind of like breaking down this ridiculous scenario, and like imagining like being a guest and you're like sitting there and you're like hearing this coming over a speaker and like all this stuff. But anyway, that was like one that I saw recently.
I love it.
Really enjoyed.
I mean,
but it's like that.
You're actually more alike to the Latino culture than I thought, Jill.
Who knew? Who knew this white girl from Jersey?
Yeah. Well, is
my girl Jill
still alive?
A little ratchet. You're a little ratchet, Jill.
I do. I have that.
I love it. I love it.
We love you for a reason.
Yeah. Did you guys used to watch? Do you guys know who Jerry Springer is?
Yes,
you guys ever watched him?
Yeah, of course.
Is he still alive?
Of course.
No.
God, I don't know.
I think Jerry did.
Okay, because that was like, I think that was like one of the first like of these type of trashy TVs that kind of came out, and I remember him when I was,
he died in 23.
Yeah.
In 23.
So.
Oh, he did?
I thought so. Not long ago. Yeah, not long ago. There's like a documentary actually on Netflix
I did see
about his show that I just recently watched. And you're right, Michelle. Like, he was obviously. I'm like, you know what? I really need to see investigative reporting about the trash that I watch. Because guys, I also watch deep things like that. But there was like it was really interesting because you're right. He was sort of like the first of his kind.
He was.
And at a time that like his competition was like Oprah.
Yes.
Right.
Crazy.
And like Phil Donahue and like these, really legitimate talk show hosts
get married.
that like sort of. Yeah,
know.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like interesting because he like kind of at a point was like the highest rated of all of them.
He was.
Doing
and
this like circus.
That is the word. It was a
crazy.
Circus. It was crazy. I remember watching him. So
yeah, but what
so Michelle, like we're cut from
right,
yes, of course. I just have 2 kids, and life kind of ended. Like the trashy TV time ended.
Oh, it'll start again later.
I know.
Just give it time.
Actually, it will.
It'll probably help you, do your work a little faster. You got a little trashy TV on, and you doing your work, and you like, you know what? Let me hurry up, because that was good.
Truth. Honestly.
Yes.
In the background. Yes. Well, you ladies, that was our hour for today. That's crazy.
I gotta tell the story though. Are we gonna go back to the other
story.
one, or can I tell the story?
No, yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll be quick. So it was Halloween time, and we were in Las Vegas for Halloween, and my kids were being awful, and I mean awful. I think Rio must have been like 3 years old, maybe 4. So Drake was like maybe 5 or, 6, something like that. And they were just fighting with each other. They were like bickering. They were not listening. Drake was throwing his fit. And then I go, did you just see that up in the sky? And they're like, what are you talking about? Yeah. My witch friends are up there. And they're listening to you. And they go, what? My witch friends are coming to get you. What witch friends? I used to be a witch. And I stay in contact with the witches. And the witches are going to come in their broom and they're going to get you guys if you don't stop arguing and being crazy. And then from there, it started. My kids to this day believe that I'm a witch. So we watch Harry Potter movies. Did you go to Hogwarts, Mom? I can't tell you.
Stop it.
I can't tell you if I did or not.
Are you serious?
And then they go, Mom, can you ask your witch friends to come over tonight? Because I made them pizza. So there's pizza for all of my witch friends laid out.
Oh my God.
And so I'm like, I got to do something with the pizza. So I go and I pick up the pizza and I put it in the freezer in our outside fridge, and I totally forgot about the damn pizzas the other day. My daughter found them.
Oh no.
So my kids truly believe that I am a witch.
Cute.
And I told them, you cannot tell my secret. You cannot tell it to anybody. Apparently, all of Rio's friends know that I'm a witch. And they all went and told their parents. So the whole entire school knows that I'm a witch. So anyway, those are the lies that you tell your children. That you are a witch that went to Hogwarts.
I love it. No, Michelle, I think that you are kind of one. I mean, hey, you're our little witch.
Oh.
You do have a voodoo.
That's right. I fit right in.
Sabrina.
Well, I love you, ladies. Thanks for such a fun episode. I had so much fun.
Definitely.
We'll see you guys next week.
Next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.